How good is our military right now? We're doing very well, by the way. Well, first of all, Venezuela was unbelievable. Right now, Iran, their navy's gone, their air force is gone, everything's gone, their leaders are gone. And if you read the fake news, you'd think they're doing just fine. They're not doing just fine. They want to settle so badly. We have the greatest military. I just got back from China. President Xi, good man, good man. And I'll get killed for saying that. They'll say, "Oh, he called President Xi a good man." Well, we had an amazing time. But even he had to say, "Your military is unbelievable. This is the head of China. We have built." I built the greatest military my first 4 years, and I didn't know I was going to be using it this much. But we're using it. And there's nobody like our equipment. There's nobody like the stuff we produce. But most importantly, there's nobody like our military men and women. There's nobody. You want to know the truth? We have, let me tell you, we have Make America Great, or MAGA. We have a movement the likes of which this country has never seen. And you know, it's a movement based on common sense. It's not that it's conservative. It's conservative maybe, but it's a movement based on common sense. We want strong borders. We want good education. We want low taxes. We want a strong military. But all my life I've watched politicians. And until this last 8 or 9 years, they have Trump derangement syndrome. They're all screwed up. Their wires are all mixed up. The Democrats and, they always used to say that we will lower your... Everybody Republican, Democrat, we will lower your taxes. We're going to lower your taxes. Now they don't do that. They say we will raise your taxes. The Democrats, they want to raise your taxes. Never forget, not a single Democrat in Congress voted to raise the SALT deduction. Mike Lawler and all of his friends sitting up here fought them, and they voted against it. And by voting against the great, big, beautiful bill, one of the greatest pieces of legislation, probably the biggest ever passed, because we put everything in 4 years. That was my idea. I said, let's add everything, because these people are crazy. We might not get another chance at it. We added everything into that. That's 4 years' worth of legislation. That's why we call it the Great Big Beautiful Bill. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for the seniors. The Democrats voted for open borders. They voted for open borders. And if they get in, you're going to have open borders again. You're going to have millions of people coming in. They voted for men in women's sports. They voted against the largest ever investment in school choice. Everybody wants school choice. And they voted against making interest payments on your auto loans tax deductible. That's what you have if it's made in America. So, we have another little disturbance back there. Hello? Hello, everybody. That's okay, it's already cleared up. What are you doing back there to these people? Boy, does that get cleared up fast. The guy raises his hand, starts screaming something, and within about 2 seconds, it's over. What happened to him? Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. I do that for legal reasons. This way I can... That's a great thing to say. Do not hurt him under any circumstances. And now I can say I'm innocent. They voted against the Trump accounts, which provide automatic contributions of $1,000 for every newborn child. So they end up being quite wealthy. And our record tax cuts are projected to raise incomes for New Yorkers by over $8,000, Mike, on average. My administration and our allies in Congress are also fighting every single day to lower the cost of living. So I got into office. I won the election in a landslide, and I have a news conference. Thank God. I mean, not to brag, But if I didn't win the election, we were dead. The welfare was tripling, and the business was leaving, and the $18 trillion would have been, $18 trillion to the negative instead of the positive. We would have been a dead country. We would have been finished. It's true. We ended Joe Biden's insane electric vehicle mandate. That's where they wanted everybody to buy an electric car. And as I told Elon, I love electric cars, but Elon is not for everybody. You know, if we would build the charging booths right, it would cost the country $4 trillion. No country could afford that. $4 trillion. You ever get an electric car and you suddenly get nervous because you know your thing is down a little bit? Friends of mine tell me the store's down a little bit, getting close, and you're looking, what about a charging station? You know, this is an hour before it runs out. Where's a charger? And then you see it. It's a sign, and it says, charging station. An arrow pointing to the right. 92 miles and you limp in, if you make it at all. No, we love electric cars. I have to say that because of Elon, but I love electric cars. They're lovely, lovely vehicles. But I said, not everybody wants to have an electric car. And I ended that whole nonsense. By 2030, you're going to all have electric cars. I don't think so. How about California? They have electric cars. They can't. They don't have enough electricity to turn on your air conditioners. They have brownouts. Now everybody's going to have an electric car.